Good morning, my name is Shauna. Welcome to my home, but more importantly, welcome to your Ashtanga Sunrise Easy class. So all that you're going to need today is your mat or a place on the floor. We're not going to be doing anything intense, so if you are just waking up, this is designed to get you moving from absolutely zero. You can use blocks or a block-like object if you'd like to. And when you are ready, go ahead and make your way down to lay on your back. We'll start laying on our backs today. Once you have arrived here, take your left hand just below your heart and your right hand on your belly. So your fingers are about on the midline of your chest and your belly. And just begin to feel into the breath. Take a moment to arrive here on your mat. Noticing the connection of the ground underneath you. Noticing the gentle expansion through your chest and through your belly. We're going to begin to expand and extend the inhale and exhale. So breathing through your nose as you're able to do so, exhale out all of your air. We'll inhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that pace. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, filling up, spreading your inhale nice and evenly all the way to the top. And exhaling consciously, slowing it down, air flowing through your nose. Inhale, fill up, and hold at the top. Pause, noticing the expansion, the stillness. Exhale your air smoothly through your nose. We'll continue. Inhale, fill up. Belly rises, chest rises, and hold the air at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling smoothly through your nose. Find that one more time. Inhale, fill up. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As slowly as you can, release the air through your nose. As you release all of the air, allow your breath to return to its natural pattern, but continue to breathe through your nose if you're able to do so. You can release your hands from your belly and from your chest now. Bend up your knees and send the legs skyward. I know it's really early, but a gentle legs up the wall. The knees can be bent as much as you want. And begin to circle up the ankles. Maybe involve your wrists as well, sending arms skyward. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Nice and slow, mindful movements here. Try to make that your theme. This is your mindful morning. We're doing everything with intention. Pause, opposite directions. This is a really simple exercise, but you'll really notice the difference when you stretch out your body and you move your joints around rather than getting up and starting your day. Pause the circling, drop your hands out to either side, take your knees in a little closer. You can come down to about a 90-degree angle here. And just begin to drop the knees over towards the left side first. Little spinal pops maybe. Inhale, take them back through center. So you're using the core. And then you exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Continue with your own breath. Inhale, roll over the low back, in through center. Exhale, off to the left. Maybe you take the gaze to the right to intensify. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees drop right, gaze left. Take 2 more here at your own pace. And try not to talk too much so that you can have your own experience of all of the postures. One more. And take your knees back into your chest as you finish. Rock forward and backwards. And gradually make your way up to seated. Roll over your knees and head into a cat and cow. Cat and cow is a very simple but incredibly complex, and you can vary it in so many different ways. But the basic move is going to be exhale, press the mat away, tuck your chin, draw your navel in, really exaggerate this cat-like movement. As you inhale, reverse, head and hips lift. Try to reach all the way, arc to your maximum, and then repeat. Moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then add any intuitive movements here. Maybe you want to come up onto your fingertips and send head and hips in opposite directions, kind of rolling out through your neck, rolling out through your hips. Yoga is really about listening to the body and all the signs and signals, all the ways that it's talking to you. So trying to become more and more awareness of how your body is feeling this morning. Pause and find the opposite direction if you're circling. And take one more in this direction. And then return to neutral tabletop. This one's a little bit weird, but one of my favorite ways, a little bit of like Kundalini activation here of our energy. We're gonna pick up the pace and do the cat and cow a little bit quicker. So as you exhale, cat, inhale, cow. Speed it up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 3, keep it going, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Send the hips back, walk the hands forward, and allow your forehead to melt down. If your forehead is making contact with the mat, you can rock your head from side to side, massage out through the third eye region. And gradually walk your hands back towards your knees. We'll take a little bit of neck rolls here. So hands will come behind your hips, interlace up your fingers. As you inhale, draw shoulders together and back, press and puff your chest skyward, look up. As you exhale, take your hands off to the left side. Fingers are still interlaced here. And start by dropping your left ear towards your left shoulder. Really nice neck stretch. You can allow the gaze to be soft here. And then allow your head to roll down through the center and all the way around. Take a few gentle neck rolls. One more in this direction. And your next inhale, draw shoulders back, hands behind you, open through the chest, look up. Exhale, take your hands off to the right side. Drop right ear towards your right shoulder. Pausing here and then allowing yourself to drop head down and round. Few neck circles in the opposite direction. This is one of my favorite ones for the morning and for the afternoon for a quick little stretch break as well. One more in this direction. Trying to make these slow and luxurious. Inhale, hands back behind you, open through your chest, look up. And exhale, release your hands. Come up to tabletop. Press evenly through all 10 fingers, hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under and hover your knees up off of the mat. As you exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal out your downward facing dog. Any little movements that you need to find, maybe any spinal rolls. Just play around with this movement. If your hamstrings are feeling really tight and you feel like you're forward like this, bend through your knees. Really simple solution here. Bend the knees, send the hips back and up, and see how I'm still able to find a long spine even with the knees bent. Now walk your feet gradually to the top of the mat. Hang and ragdoll, reach for opposite elbows. And maybe you kind of bend through one knee and then the other. Sway side to side. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Release any tension in your jaw. And your next inhale, roll up to stand nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. And release your hands at the top. Come to Samastitihi. So your big toes will be touching, a little space between your ankles. Strong and sturdy stance. So try to spread the toes. Engage up the legs. Draw shoulders back and down. Hands can rest at your sides. And go ahead, close down your eyes here for a moment. So Samastitihi, sama meaning same, and stitihi meaning standing. So same standing as far as forward and back. Eventually, that means that this little sway that you're probably noticing as I am, the sway becomes lessened. We find stillness, find this sense of peace in our movements. Continue to focus on breathing through your nose. We'll find an ujjayi breath, slight constriction of the throat, the jalandhara bandha. Engagement creates this ocean-like sound on inhale and exhale. As you take your next inhale, open up your eyes. Urdhva Hastasana, press your palms and look up over your head. As you exhale, fold forward, bend through the knees. It's early, so you protect the low back. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step it back and drop down to your knees if you'd like to. And flow through your first chaturanga, elbows along your sides, lower all the way down. Inhale, low cobra, little to no weight in your hands. Draw shoulders back, look up. Exhale, send it back through child's pose. And find downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 3, Maybe take your gaze towards your belly button. 2, lengthening the back of the neck ever so slightly. 1, inhale, bend through your knees, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. That was our sun salutation A. And exhale, Samasthiti, stay standing. We'll take 2 more just like that. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Try to stay true to the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back. Chaturanga. Lower knees if you'd like to. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Either way, shoulders roll up. Exhale, downward facing. And we'll stay here for 3. Maybe play with taking the heels a little bit out to the sides of the mat and sending the hips a little higher. 2. And 1. Next, inhale, bend through your knees, look forward. Step or travel to the top of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samasthiti. Take 1 more on your own. If you need to, you can watch me. I'm going to flow through it too. Begin. Once you reach your downward facing dog, 3 rounds of breath. As you're ready, you travel to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise back up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Sun salutation B with a little modification. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend through the knees. Send your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold. Try to make this smooth. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga, your variation. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, step your right leg through. Drop down onto your back knee. Low lunge. Send your arms up and overhead. We'll hold here. So if you need to, you can always support on either side with blocks. Allow your hip to sink a little bit forward. Take your gaze up in front of you. Waking up into this leg. The sun salutations can feel a little bit quick. So if they do, know that we won't do this the whole time. This is just a little warm up. And then we'll slow it back down. Exhale, half split now. Hold here. Play around with your hip positioning, drawing the right hip forward and then back. Try to find a sense of neutrality. Gaze at your big toe. It's a point of focus, your drishti. Inhale, sweep back forward, set blocks off to the side, Chaturanga. Frame up your right foot, move through your flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, steps your left leg through. Drop down onto your back right knee this time. Low lunge. Arms sweep up towards the sky. And then exhale, take your hands either to your blocks, maybe to the top of your knee, to your hips. Breathe here. Noticing the sensations as we wake up through the back hip flexor. Engage through the top leg. One more breath. Exhale, half split. Send your hips back. Take your gaze to your big toe. I know that's a small detail, but as we focus the mind on a particular point in our practice, we help ourselves stay present in the sensations of this physical practice. One more breath. Inhale, rock forward, low lunge. Exhale, frame it up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Let's hold downward facing dog for 3 rounds of breath, or you can take a puppy pose. We'll stay here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Inhale, bend through your knees, look forward, step or float, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana to finish off that first round of modified Sun B. Then exhale, Samasthiti, stay standing. Once more. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, frame it up. Fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. We're almost done with these, but you can lower the knees. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, send hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right leg through. Drop down onto the back knee. Inhale, arms up and overhead. And then exhale, send the weight back. Half split. Inhale, rise forward, low lunge. Exhale, drop your left hand. Curl over the back toes, simple twist here. Open up towards the right side. You can stay here if you want to deepen a little further. The back knee will drop and you'll reach around for your back right foot. If you make that connection, you can sink into it. Allow your shoulder to drop open and back. Stay wherever you're at for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, release. Frame up your right foot, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, step your left leg through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, half split. Good. Inhale, return, low lunge. Exhale, drop your right hand. Simple twist, open up towards the left side. Make this feel good so you can stay here. Maybe you want to pick up the back knee to deepen, or alternatively, reach back for the right foot with the left hand. Kick and draw this top left shoulder open. And stay for 2, for 1. Exhale, release, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Hold your downward facing dog here. From downward facing dog, now walk your hands back in towards your toes. Reaching for your big toe.
Grab on. You can bend through the knees as much as you need. Inhale, pull, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Hold and breathe here. Being very mindful of the low back. Can feel good to stretch, but we don't want to overdo it. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, take your hands now underneath your feet. This can feel a little almost scary, so just play with the sensation. Maybe you start by stepping onto the backs of your fingertips, and you bend up a lot through the knees. Eventually, as you get more comfortable, the toes start to take a little more weight and the heels eventually lift, but we don't tumble forward. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, release your hands, walk back out, downward facing dog. So our last little moment here with our head hanging down heavy. So take a breath in. Open mouth, HA. Inhale, sweep your right leg behind you. Exhale, draw right knee in towards your fingertips, step through. Warrior one, back foot turns open slightly. Rise up. Take your hands up and overhead here. Pause. So you might deepen the stance. If this feels weird at all in your back knee, you can always come up onto the toes. The wider your stance is, the better it'll be in terms of ease of balancing. Exhale, open up warrior two. Hips spin open to the sides. Back foot opens just a little bit more. Notice if you can be strong through the front heel, so you could maybe even lift the front toes and then replace them. Inhale, straighten out through the right leg. Heel toe in the back foot. Find a triangle pose, so you can always use a block here. Especially in the morning, it's a nice touch to just take this a bit more luxuriously, if a triangle can be luxurious. And your aim here is eventually to stack the shoulders. Maybe you just rest the left hand back behind you, gaze up. And from here, releasing your hands back down to the mat. We're gonna take this revolving. So place the left hand either on the block or on the mat and just try to open the body up towards the right side. You might feel like you make no progress towards opening the body, and that's okay because you are doing it right. Shortening the stance can help as well. One day the left hand actually crosses over the right foot, but it doesn't have to be there today. Hold and breathe. I promise this is the most awkward of the postures we're doing this morning. Good. Exhale, take both hands back down to the mat. Spin your toes now open towards the side edge of the mat. Widen out your stance. Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Couple of options here. You might just rest with the hands down towards the mat. If you want to take a shoulder rinse, sometimes that can feel nice in the morning, interlacing your hands. Exhale, taking hands up and overhead. Good. One more round of breath. And exhale, release your hands back down to the mat. Walk your hands over. Chaturanga, frame of the right foot. Move through your vinyasa as slow and smooth as you can and as you want to. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Or exhale, downward facing dog rather. Morning brain. From your downward facing dog, take one big breath in and exhale. Good. Inhale, left leg this time. Exhale, step the left between your hands, warrior one. This is our last set of active postures on the second side. And then we'll take it down to the mat. So rise up, warrior one. Sink into your stance. Notice if the hips are kind of out behind you, take them under you. Exhale, warrior two. Check and see what your backhand is doing. Is it in line with the front? You can roll shoulders down and away from your ears. Powerful here through your front heel. Inhale, straighten out through the left leg, heel toe in the back, triangle pose. Your variation this morning. And I didn't say it the first side, but be very mindful of your knee. Try to keep your top quad engaged here. You don't want to hyperextend the knee. You want to be active with the leg. And exhale, release right hand down to the mat. Revolved triangle. Adjust your stance. Maybe use your block. Press and open towards the left side. You can kind of send the hips, instead of being forward, you can send them back. And gradually pressing the hips back more allows you to open a little bit through the body towards the left, ever so slightly. One more breath. Exhale, look down, release your twist. Walk your hands over towards the right long side of the mat. Hang in this wide-legged forward fold. Just take this one passively, or maybe reaching for the sides of your feet or your big toes. Stay there. I'm just going to turn to face you. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, drop one knee and then the opposite knee. So if you need a little extra padding, you can fold your mat the long way. Place an extra blanket. Walk the knees out wide. Frog mat, Mandukasana. Holding here. Maybe if you want to take it a little bit deeper, we'll thread the right arm underneath first. Exhaling the right cheek down towards the mat. Reaching left hand up and overhead. Nice little shoulder stretch. Begin to make your way back through center. Inhale, press down through the left, reach the right high. Exhale, replace your hand. Inhale, this time take left underneath. Exhale, melt down, threading the needle. And stay for one more breath. Release, come up out of it. Inhale, reach the left high. And then exhale, replace both hands. Unfold your mat if you've used that for extra cushion. And send the feet long in front of you. Start here in Dandasana. So sitting up nice and tall, press your hands down into the mat, shoulders roll back and down. As you exhale now, fold, Paschimottanasana. Wherever the hands fall, maybe you want to take it actively or passively bend up the knees, loop the arms underneath. And exhale, allow yourself to fold, head hangs heavy. Noticing if you can relax all of the parts of your body. You don't need to have engaged here. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, release your hands. Come into a seated cross-legged position. So you can sit up on a block or on a bolster. Find a sukhasana, easy pose, or perhaps it's comfortable if you cross one ankle over for half lotus. Once you've set your base, reach behind you for opposite elbows. Inhale, open your chest, look up. And then exhale, bow forward. You might just bow a little bit if it's comfortable to hang your head over and forward. You can rest here in Yoga Mudra. Join this bow in gratitude to having started off your day with something that is so good for you. As you take your next inhale, rise back up through to seated, Padmasana, unwind your arms. Thumb and index finger come to touch, shoulders roll back and down, straight through the elbows. Our last active posture here. Gently close down your eyes or soften your focus and return your entire awareness and your focus to your breath. Just as we started practice, using your energy now to concentrate inwards on your breath. And as you take your next inhale, fill up entirely, deepest breath you've taken all day, and hold at the top. Retain your breath here until you feel that sense of air hunger, the pressure to release the breath. As you feel that urge on your own time, lay down into Shavasana. And as you lay back, allow your exhale to release you into Shavasana. You can take any final movements here that you need to set your spine, maybe a gentle twist side to side, a happy baby, or whatever is calling to you. And once you're ready, you relax yourself in an entirely neutral position. Shoulders roll down underneath you. And just spend a few moments here resting in stillness, not needing to make anything happen. Just giving yourself this gift of stillness, of contemplation to start your day. I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana. I hope that you feel like your mind is a bit more clear and your body a bit more fresh for the day to come. I'll see you in the next class, and all the love and all the power to you. Ciao, ciao.